Coming up, we discuss some rumored technology that Apple may be adding to their AirPods. Stay tuned if you're a tech head. Then we get to our main case for the week, homemade horror movies. What's it like when your kids are producing their own sick, twisted horror movies at home? And should you allow it? Stay tuned for our verdicts. What you are listening to is real. The parties involved are not cool. They are actual geeks with a case pending in the court of public opinion. The party's case has been dismissed, and the dispute will be settled here on our podcast. There will be no lawyers. There will be no witness testimony. The judge's decisions are final.
Hello, I'm Judge Ivan.
I'm Judge Jonathan, and this is Geeks on Trial. Today's case, homemade horror.
Hello and welcome to Geeks on Trial. This is the podcast where we settle petty disputes between actual geeks over movies, video games, board games, and more. If you'd like to submit your own geeky case for a future episode, you can email us at geeksontrial@gmail.com. You can also support the show over at patreon.com/geeksontrial. For just $5 a month, you gain early access to both our audio and video episodes, plus Geeks on Trial Sidebar. It's our secondary show behind the paywall, and it's fun. We spin a wheel, we talk, we chit-chats. We get things done over there. The robes are off.
Yeah. Other clothes are on. Don't worry. There's other stuff underneath them.
Listen, that was a great way to enter in.
Yeah. We add another tier. Thank you. But yeah, check that out. This season, as I'm calling it, we've got some exciting topics, like what kind of stuff we'd take to a desert island. All kinds of fun conversations are happening over there. You want to check that out for sure.
It's a lot of food-related things. A lot of food.
Yeah, we tend to talk a lot about food.
This is what happens when we record before dinner.
I said last time, no more food topics because it makes me too hungry. So,
and then we only spoke about food.
We got a big show today, very big show. Really we cannot waste any time at all today this week because we're going to talk about some spooky stuff. It's it's July. It's one of the scariest months of the year, so that's what we're getting into. But before that, there's a lot of stuff happening in the news. There's some politics out there, but that's not really our purview.
No,
we're not going to be. We don't want, this is your little break away from that stuff. We're just going to talk about some boring, mundane bullshit with Apple and their headphones.
Right. Which, I mean, I guess could be political in a way because did you hear Apple's adding what they call cameras to their...
If I had some AirPods in my ear, maybe I'd hear it.
These look like the AirPod Pros, my friend. These aren't your run-of-the-mill, still expensive AirPods. No, these are the AirPod Pros that look chunky. I don't know how you call them, but
yeah, you can call them chunksters.
They're chonky, but yeah. They're adding what IR cameras into their new earbuds, and they're doing it for a specifically interesting reason that I feel like something that you would enjoy as a VR head.
Well, this is all technically hearsay right now, but it comes from a pretty reliable source.
Then we can't. Let's leave. We don't talk about hearsay. We are judges.
We are judges, but we can allow hearsay if we're judges. It comes from an Apple insider who has given correct information before. It sounds like this probably won't come into play until 2026.
Oh, we'll be dead.
So we're a couple of years out. But the idea is there would be IR cameras, yes, in the earbuds themselves. For one thing I saw is that maybe they'd be used for better recognition of hand gestures, so you could gesture to switch songs or something like that. Also, though, the cameras will allow you to move your head and in conjunction with something, maybe a video you're watching on your phone or music or whatever it is, and you would have kind of a spatial audio experience. In other words, they would be easier for the headphones to detect where you're looking and facing so that you kind of feel like you have a surround sound experience, and certain sounds or certain parts of a song could be playing in different places around you. Or maybe you're watching a talk show and it sounds like this person's over here, and if you move your head, they still sound like they're over there.
Now, for people listening at home and not watching the video, Jonathan looks like he's losing his goddamn mind. He's just all around his room. You could hear it because his voice is leaving the mic, but he's just
that's part of the spatial. If you listen to this with spatial audio, it's a whole experience.
What are you a person who opts in for that kind of stuff and will spend money for spatial audio enhancements, or would you rather have an actual 5.1 surround sound system and not a digital representation of that?
So as you said, I am a VR head, and that's the only instance in which I've experienced something like this is
Right.
virtual reality, because when you're playing a virtual immersive game where it's 3D all around you,
Right.
it's very cool to. And actually, it's not only just cool; it's important. If I'm playing
Yeah.
Half-Life, I need to know that the monster is back to my right, and I need to be able to hear
Right.
that.
Because that
So I can
can
turn
like
around.
screw you up a lot, I guess, with the like even like help with more like motion sickness and stuff. Because like if you're hearing something always in front of you or on your left and on your right, and you go to turn and it's over there, that could probably screw up a little bit with your like motion sensing in your body.
Yeah, it probably could. So I think it's great in that instance.
Right.
And I guess for this reason, you could use those AirPods presumably with the Apple Vision Pro.
Right.
And for also your own like 3D videos that you take. So that could be pretty cool. I don't know about it. Yeah.
It would be cool for like, so you're sitting at home watching TV on just a regular TV and you don't have a 5.1 system, or you're in a dorm room, you're in even on an airplane, an apartment building, and you don't want to put on the surround sound system, or you don't have the ability, because I know some places don't allow for big sound systems in an apartment or whatever. So you could put in your Bluetooth iPods, whatever they're called, and
AirPods,
and have
Airbud.
a simulation, I guess, of a surround sound movie, which is something they've had for years now. I think like even my TV has like, oh, this is supposed to be surround sound, even though it's never good. It's because it's a left and a right speaker going, this is surround sound, and I'm like,
It feels to me outside of virtual reality. I guess you're right that a surround sound movie is what you could do with this, but can't you do that without? Do you need cameras for that?
No,
I don't really. It sounds kind of gimmicky to me in other instances besides VR.
Yeah, this is because like they said. So my issues that came up with having a IR camera or some kind of camera into a thing is like, these are devices like our headphones. If you're watching the video right now, we're wearing full like cans. We're wearing real headphones that go over the ears.
Cups.
So you have like there's stuff that sticks out.
We got big cups.
But if you have like AirPods that go in your ears, they're going to be covered with ear. They're going to be covered with like hair. Like if you look at my hair covers my ears.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people well, that's your ear hair covering your ears. A lot of people have like, things covering their ear holes, and these cameras that might not work as well as you think of unless your like hair is back in a ponytail, it's behind your ears, it's tucked. So that's the one tech thing that I'm thinking of is it might not work unless these things are going to be like on the outside and looking like to your left and to your right around you. But in my brain, they're pointed ahead, kind of like your eyeballs.
Well, that's why we have to wait 2 years to get this. They're working out those kinks, presumably. I don't know. I just don't know. Even if it works perfectly, I feel like the use cases for this are small. Mostly, it's interesting. I mean, the couple articles that I've read about it, yeah, they do mention the Vision Pro, but they seem to really talk about, presumably this will be for like watching something on your iPhone. Right. And I can't think of a video I'd want to watch on my phone that I'm like, I really want to be able to hear it different when I look to my left. Like,
well, I also feel like this is kind of a step backwards for like people.
An iPad, maybe.
Because they're like, oh, you want to watch a movie on your phone, but you want to have that surround sound. But if you want the people who want the surround sound want it on a giant screen.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like they those usually go hand in hand to me.
You think, but I don't know if they do anymore. That may not be the case. I don't, and especially for Apple people who are they just want everything on their Apple TV. Maybe it'll link up to that. I mean,
that would be cool.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
But it's on an actual TV, the Apple TV.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. The real question is, how much more expensive will it make the AirPods? Right. And is it going to be worth that bump, or is it going to be, we put out like 5 movies that are compatible with it, and then it fizzles out.
So I'm not a huge Apple fan. I do have Apple computer
More
to
of a
do
pear
some,
guy.
right. I like pears, bananas, kumquats. But I do have an Apple computer. I'm anti iPhone. I'm that
bragging.
kind of guy. But like this just seems like another thing of like, oh, we need to put out something for you all to spend and upgrade every year.
Right.
This is the new yearly thing. I'm sure. I don't know. Like I just have like my earbuds are like, I think they're like M Audio or like they're not like a great brand, but they get the job done. They go into the little case, they charge, I wear them while I'm walking, wear them at the gym. They cost $45. Like they don't have a camera on them. They don't have surround sound, but they're waterproof and they charge quickly. You know, like
this is the curved TV of,
right.
Of AirPods. It's just like, well, why is anyone going to buy the AirPods are already kind of perfect as they are. Right. We must think of something to add.
Well, and then like, and I'm quite like the gadgety kind of guy. Like I used to love all the new gadgets and stuff, but it's like, okay, we have the AirPods regular, which are actually fairly decent. Oh, let's make the Pro that look weird and stick out a little bit more, and they have a little bit more bass to them. And then it's like, how much more audio are you getting? Like me personally, if I want a good audio experience, I'll wear like over the ear headphones because in my opinion, they have more room. There's more bass. There's more stuff to them. By adding in like a camera to it, you're taking away more space for the audio and battery. Like you're adding something more in there. I'm just assuming, and that's just, you know, but it does seem like this is, we're just testing this because we need to put this into the next generation of the VR headset. Like this is what it seems like to me, that this is part of like, oh, we probably need this to make the experience for the VR so much better. Let's make this where we should have already had it in the headset. Do the new, I don't keep up on VR. Does your VR system have headphones or audio?
No, it just plays the sound through a speaker.
So that's something,
headphones, but
so that's something they got rid of because original had headphones on it.
But I mean, that was when it was a $600 prototype. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is more of a they want to get that price down as low as they possibly can. So they want you to put your own headphones on it. If that's what you want. I mean, honestly, I use it a lot of the times without headphones, and it's fine.
And it sounds just as fine, just as good.
I mean, not as good, but also it is kind of nice to not have some crap on your head. Right. You know, you already have enough crap on your head when you're doing that. But Apple has been pushing integration with the Vision Pro, and you know, you can take a VR video on your iPhone. Right. And then upload it to your VR. So it makes sense that you kind of have a little bit more seamless integration of that. And I'm assuming also by 2026, we'll probably, if it's not out yet, they'll probably be talking about the next Vision Pro. Right. So
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's all the whole package of things. But this also seems like they've had headphones, not Apple, but like other companies, maybe not with IR, or they did, but like that you moved your head back and forth and they kind of like, they had a gyroscope in it or something that did. Yeah, this isn't new technology.
But I guess it will be even better and more seamless and more accurate.
Right.
And more
Which
expensive.
I mean, hey, if this is something that works and is cool, that could be amazing. But I just don't see it, you know. No, I won't.
Second in line. I'll be first. You'll be second.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
We can't both be first in line.
We'll be holding hands.
And you know, it's a little, at this point, it feels pointless to also say, oh, there's cameras and everything. They're going to be watching because there's already cameras and everything. So that was when they lost.
When we first saw this news story, it was really cool because I'm like, oh, they're putting cameras in a thing, because I'm the person who was like super excited for Google Glass.
Government surveillance.
Love it. Who cares? But you know,
I'm the person who's excited for Google Glass. Don't try to take that from me.
We both
can be excited for it, but I think I'm the
because
person.
Like, as somebody who shoots video and does that kind of stuff, I love just having like
government surveillance
of everything that I do, and you know. But I do love like, oh, if I'm just looking at something, oh, I want to click, boop, there it is, I can record it. So like having a camera in these headphones was kind of excited. Right, no, that's the other weird thing, but you know, it would have been cool. It's an IR, so technically it's a camera, but not really.
Yeah, because I have, you know, the Switch Joy-Cons have an IR camera.
That's the only thing I know that have like a real IR camera that like.
Yeah, that I can think of. But there's they had a game called Labo, where you build the cardboard shit.
Yep.
And they had a mode in there because you could make your Joy-Con into a little remote control car. And you can actually, through the Switch, see through that IR camera and navigate it. And you see what it actually sees, and it's pretty limited. It's like no color. That's what I thought. It's very dim. Like it can only see forward like maybe 3 to 4 feet or something.
And it's like mainly shapes and stuff, right? Like you can't
Yeah, you can kind of make stuff out. It almost looks like an old the Game Boy camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the black and white, just pixely. But yeah, this isn't going to be something you're going to be really using as a camera.
You're not seeing details. You're not right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll find out if it works. I think we're not exactly. It does sound, even if it's cool, it's definitely just a gimmick.
Oh yeah, it seems gimmicky. Like, is this something that you were like?
No.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Because you don't even have like a 5.1 system on your TV at home. Like,
no,
it seems like audio
it's too much of a pain in the ass to put. Right. I would if I had like an actual space for it and.
And we're not audio files. We're not,
no,
nice really audio is nice. And like some movies, I'll throw a pair of headphones on, but like,
I don't even, for music, I like it. I don't even have a sound bar or anything. I just use my TV speakers, which for a lot of people is blasphemy. But I've always been fine with it. Yeah, I think it's fine. Oh, well, that's headphones. That's earbuds. That's Apple.
Dem headphones,
and that's the biggest news story of the last week. I don't think anything really else happened.
Nothing else happened. Don't worry about it. Just put your earbuds in, blast your music, and just ignore the outside world.
Just look forward to more technology upgrades. We're gonna bring it back to a little bit more retro, a little more lo-fi tech.
Bring it back now, y'all.
Home tech. Although maybe they used AirPods to do this. I don't know.
Who knows?
We've got a case for you this week. You're gonna hear about it. It comes to us from the internet. If you want, you can find a link to it in the episode description or the show notes. Our defendant today is Jamie. Jamie is a mom and an aunt. And one weekend, her niece, Florence, comes to spend the day at the beach with Jamie and all of her kids, the whole fam together. Jamie's oldest son, I'll let you know, is a big horror buff. And during the course of the weekend, all the kids get together and they decide to produce a little homemade horror movie of their own just for fun. Something short, something snappy. They put it on the socials. They have a good time. Nothing comes of this until later on when Florence's mother, Drew, discovers the horror movie on Instagram. She isn't pleased with this. She insists that Jamie should not have allowed Florence to be involved with the movie, and is particularly incensed because the movie involved paranormal themes. Jamie thinks that Florence is old enough to decide for herself. She's 17, she's a senior in high school, and doesn't think that any boundaries were really crossed here. Now, as judges, dual judges in fact, here on Geeks on Trial, it's our job to determine whether Jamie deserves blamey for letting her niece play pretend, or if Drew has no clue and should get a new view.
I'm stepping out for this one. This is your show now. This is solo.
You didn't like play pretend?
I'm like, what is play pre? Am I missing?
She let her niece play pre.
Play pre. Oh, you want some play pre?
Play pre.
Play pre.
Tend.
Well, that could be a monster in a movie. Play pre.
For a little context here, the kids are all different ages, but Jamie's son is 18, and again, the niece is 17. So they're young adults.
Yeah. Kids, they're on the border of being children still. They're grown.
Not yet a girl, not yet a woman. I fucked it up. I don't know the song.
Well,
I'm trying not to talk about it too much because it sounds creepier the more I talk about the ages
keep
of
talking.
The children.
Let's talk about the children.
Here's the thing about children's ages.
Here's the thing.
Horror movies, homemade horror movies. This is fun. This is kind of a fun thing, right?
I like this. This is
for
like
you
a
and
throwback.
Me.
This is a throwback to like our youth, our childhood, us.
Well, I'm picturing in my head like a big camcorder that he's with a little analog tape inside of it. But in reality, he was using an iPhone 14.
Here we go. That's
what number are they up to now? Yeah, it was that.
Now the real important question that I have, that this might just get thrown out of this courtroom. Which direction was the video?
Question? We don't know. That's the thing. I wish we had more details about this movie. All we know is that it's had paranormal themes. It was a horror themed movie, so presumably ghosts. I mean, paranormal could be anything. That could be Bigfoot. That could be aliens. That could be psychics.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
That's it. I feel like paranormal is just a general blanket statement for horror that's not monsters. You know,
Well,
like
it could be monsters though. Paranormal could. I think paranormal officially just means anything weird, like anything that's like, a
little different, a little unusual, a little
not quite real. I don't know. Google the definition of paranormal for me.
No.
Oh, okay, fine. Then
Don't
I guess we'll
tell
never know.
me what to do.
But I guess because of paranormal activity,
Right, and
that's made ghosts feel like the main thing.
And
poltergeists.
We don't have this information,
We
but
don't
a lot
know.
of times that people, when they hear paranormal, they think of ghosts, they think of the Ouija board, they think of conjuring up spirits.
Satan.
And people,
Demons.
that is very much
Harry
the
Potter.
The mother might have drawn a conclusion and thought it was very much a
Might have drawn a pentagram.
anti-religion, anti-God thing, and that's the kind of thing I'm getting from. And see, did you like my joke here? Because the mother's name is Drew, she drew a conclusion.
I did. Now that you explained it, I like it.
And any good joke, you have to explain to people what the joke
I like
is.
that. I like when people explain it to me. Yeah, we don't. She doesn't say specifically. Also, we kind of have to just assume some of this stuff.
Right. So when I was first, go ahead.
Yeah. No.
When I was first reading the
please
story,
read.
I assumed it was going to be, oh, I don't like that your son had this video with my daughter in it that he posted to social media. They're at the age of, yes, they're adults, but they're not really adults. They're still children, blah, blah, blah.
Quite a girl, not yet a woman.
Not yet a woman. But, so that's where I thought this was going to take the case from was, oh, don't post my child on social media without my approval of the final product because we don't know what was going on. No, it was because
I had some notes. In this scene, you could have cut a little sooner. And did we need this line of dialogue? I don't think you need that.
Right. You don't need that. But it was about the subject matter of said film. It could have been anything else, but the subject matter of the paranormal activities in said short film, video, if you will, were the issue of this subject matter.
Yeah, the social media thing doesn't play into it. That's just how she found out about it.
Right.
Otherwise, it's no NBD. I'm sure Florence has her own Instagram account anyway, and she's all over that. We also don't know the length of this movie, but if it was uploaded to Instagram, maybe it was just a clip. But I mean, they shot it and made it apparently in a night. So,
but Instagram, I feel like is no longer than a minute. Am I wrong about that?
I honestly don't know. It's there. I don't know if there could be other. Maybe you uploaded in parts or something.
Right. Okay.
But even still, again, they did this in one night. Like this can't be more than a 5-minute, 10-minute, even 10 minutes. Even that is, unless it's just real. Like they literally did shot cut like in chronological order. Like I don't know how they put this together.
Well, and that's the other thing. I'm like, okay, did this guy likes horror movies. Making movies,
I want to see
guess.
this movie so bad. I wish we could watch it.
Did he also is he a video editor or is he is this all in phone? Did he go to his computer? Is this all,
I know. He's a Zoomer. Is he even a Zoomer? Is this kid Gen Alpha? I don't even know. He's
probably Gen Alpha. Well, this is hard for me to believe too, because back in the day, you're right. When we were making stupid videos 210 years ago, we were using VHS tapes. We were editing on our giant desktop computers that weren't flat screens yet at that point. And we were hosting the videos ourselves. There was no social media. There was
we invited people over to come see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can kind of personally relate to this story a little bit because as you say, as youngins,
as the youths.
Before there was the YouTube at all, we made stupid videos together in our parents' homes.
Yep.
With, as you say, video cameras.
I mean, they weren't we weren't using the 80s put it on your shoulder video cameras, but they weren't much smaller. They were still using physical media.
Did we even? I don't even initially our videos were not even edited. Like we'd just do one take, like one shot.
Oh, like our
video.
old school ones. Yeah, because we didn't have money to like Adobe
What's
was like
editing software?
Adobe 1 was out. Like I think our very first video, we had a VCR at my house.
Children.
A VCR, and it had 2 tape things into it, and you can like put one tape in, play it, record, then go to the next scene, play, record. So like that's how analog this shit was. This was back in like 2003 for kids, you know.
But our videos were just stupid
amazing
attempts to be funny.
Right. Yeah, we were making
we never did like like dumb sketches. We never did anything in the realm of horror. I don't know.
I don't know why. At the time, I wasn't really a horror person.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. It wasn't really until maybe high school, really college, or even even now. I really love horror movies, and I will make an effort to want to go see all of them that come out. But when we were kids, I was not like
you were a scaredy cat,
like the boy in this story.
You were
I was a scaredy boy, and I just didn't. I didn't grow up watching those things. I didn't.
It wasn't
just
in
wasn't
your family
my vibe.
thing.
I'm sure there were exceptions, but yeah, not really my thing. So that was not something we ever.
Well, it's because you were raised a good Catholic boy.
I was a good Catholic boy, yeah, and I was very, very afraid of Satan and ghosts and demons.
Every day.
And spirits.
Goats,
yeah, because they're satanic. You ever looked at one?
Oh, he's right. Yeah, they're delicious.
But do you think our parents would have? It's very different because again, although Instagram's not a part of this, supposedly the complaint here,
right?
It is, I think, a little different when we were kids because there was not a. Most likely, no one would ever see these things that we made, even on the internet.
People don't watch the stuff we make now, and we put.
That's true.
I don't.
Exactly.
Nothing has changed in 25 years.
Nothing has changed.
but back in the day,
our parents would have been upset. Would they? Do you think they would object to if we had like a movie with blood? They wouldn't have even seen it because why would they even watch it?
I think we had a movie with blood in it. Like it wasn't
but not nothing like. I'm trying to think of a real. We reenacted Rosemary's Baby or something, and
we did that. I still have that on my bookshelf. That's where I keep my VHS tapes.
Okay, because I don't know if that's a book.
So, I can only think of maybe 1 or 2 times where it's like we were told, maybe don't do that. Maybe but that was maybe like while we were filming, like
that's just because we're making too much noise.
Or
Shut
like
the fuck up.
Or like they heard like we might have said a curse word and they're like, maybe don't say that and post it to the internet. But like that was it. Or like the subject matter. But like that was once. Maybe. And then I think we just did it anyway because back then our parents didn't know what this shit was. Even if we posted online, they weren't going to find it.
No, it was the Wild West.
You controlled, we both controlled the internet in our households.
Right. Still do.
Yeah.
In all households.
All households everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a very different time.
And I don't think now, like if you and I truthfully think if we took our timeline and moved it up to now, I think our parents would just be happy we're doing something.
They're breathing.
But even, okay, fine. If these were like my 2 kids or like a kid and whatever, I would be just happy they're like, oh, they're out doing something with other people. They're making stuff. They're being creative.
It's fun. Yeah.
As like a creative person myself, having a creative kid is like amazing to me because like, oh, they're off. Yes, they're on their phone, but they're off their phones. They're not, watching TV. They're out writing, creating, being creative. And now with social media, if this is good, this can like get somebody seen. Like we don't know. This could be like I said. I'm assuming this is just the
Jordan
worst quality
Peele
thing.
is scrolling Instagram and he goes, "Hold on, I found my next picture right here."
He's a 1940s.
Hello, Warner Brothers
boy.
That's right. I've got my next picture right here on Instagram.
Oh,
that's right. It's Peele, Jordan Peele.
I'm from the Newsies.
Or actually, no. It's a guy going, "Hey, Jordan, it's your cousin, Fred Peele. You know that new movie you've been looking for? Well, watch this."
Now,
Click,
let
click,
me let me tell you something. Not much has changed in the 25 years that we've been making videos, folks. This is kind of the
This
same.
is what it's always been like. I
The
had things I was
media,
going to say and I forgot because I distracted myself with my
the
stupid
media is
antics.
just cheaper now, and you don't have to worry about it. You remember tapes? Tapes sucked. I used to
Tapes
hate
are
using
fun.
we use like the mini
Stick a pen in
VHS.
there.
Mini
Right.
VHS tape was
Right.
our first one, and then we used mini DV tapes.
See, you dealt with all that shit then, so I had no. I just sat.
Yeah.
You pressed the button, and I just said stupid shit. That was my
And then
contribution.
because we had to pay for physical media for all this stuff, plus the camera and stuff. Now just like you buy an SD card, you use that shit over and over again until it's like you lose it, and that's it.
Immediately, you see what you got. You edited it right in your phone. You had sound effects, lighting, CGI. It's all right there on your TikTok
It's also like
editor.
it is just an amazing time for like young filmmakers and people like this because like
Amazing.
for us to do green screen back in the day, we had to like pay for a software, figure out how to properly light it. You could just do green screen now in your like TikTok app.
I just made myself on the beach right now for video watchers.
You did. Yep.
Now you got to do that shit.
Nope.
Okay. But going back, you like it's fun. It's good to have a creative. I guess what we're saying is our parents should be really proud. But you want a little Brendan Small, don't you?
Right.
And
that's
home
literally
movies.
what this is because I think a lot of
Yeah.
there was a bunch of horror films they did in
Horror.
that show. Horror. And
Yeah.
they, that show was basically our childhood.
Yeah.
You know.
Only they're a lot more talented than we were.
Yeah,
were
they
in
had
our-
they had a band.
the animated series home movies that for anyone who doesn't know what the hell we're talking about.
Oh, I was just talking about my home movies.
Oh yeah.
So let's
Yeah,
break
yeah,
it
yeah.
down. Like, so was there ever
Break it
any
down.
like
Break it down.
movies or anything that your mom or your parents or anybody around you were like, don't watch that. It goes against our family values.
Yeah, we've talked about before our kind of limits in terms of R-rated movies and stuff like that. I mean, family values is more like just general. Oh yeah, it has swearing in it, or it has nudity or
Right.
violence, like that kind of.
Well, that kind of stuff that like, yeah, that generally like, okay, your 10-year-old shouldn't be watching like an R-rated movie. Fine. But like anything like, because you're not like an overly religious family, neither am I like
No.
at all. You're
we
more
never-
religious than I am or were, but like,
I guess my family at least, but there's
yeah.
no there's no like burning Harry Potter books or anything like that.
right? Yeah,
That's
or
never-
like, oh, don't bring the Ouija board in this household. You're gonna go.
Oh yeah,
straight
we
to
had
hell.
a Ouija board. We did have a Ouija board.
Well, you guys
now in
would do it-
retrospect, I'm almost surprised that we had a Ouija because
Well, you guys would do it
Yes, go
every
on,
night
make your
before
joke.
dinner. Every night
Right.
before dinner, you guys would sit down. Instead of doing prayer before dinner, you'd
Mhm.
contact the spirits who lived in your house. The attic doors would shake. You lived in a very haunted house. It was
But,
very
like my mom's not like she's not hyper religious, but she is
Right.
religious. She goes to
Right.
church. It wasn't like she was never cared about a Ouija board, I guess. I wonder honestly if there was a part of her that did think, should I not let them have this? But I never heard about it. It never got to me.
Right.
So
But like, she didn't make you guys go to a church. Like, it wasn't that kind of like upbringing. It was her. Like,
yeah, well, I was
religion.
raised Jewish because my dad was Jewish. So that
Oh,
was sort of
really?
yeah, I don't like to talk about it. I mean, I'm a good Catholic boy. But
I was
I
raised
did.
Jewish.
I did get bar mitzvah and all that stuff.
But like,
Yeah.
you guys weren't like, oh, we're going to temple every weekend. Like, it wasn't like you weren't that
No,
religious. Yeah.
No. At least not more religious when I was a kid. Or at least
Yeah.
they like kind of tried to.
Well, they're
instill it
trying,
in
and then
me.
they saw you, and they're like, "Fuck this shit."
Now you can do whatever you want, where we give
Yeah.
up. But yeah, never really had anything like that, and we don't again know for sure whether or not the aunt Drew in this case is religious. But I can't think of a real strong viable reason other than that she would be anti-paranormal content. It does seem like that's the only thing, right? Or unless you're just like it's too scary or something. But she's 17 years old. It's not like a little
and
kid.
that's the thing where I'm going for with this is like, it's not like they have other children that are like 14, 3, 2 months, whatever. But like, these two are literally like going off to college, presumably in months. They are
Yeah.
17, they're 18. And like, I'm assuming if they're this close as she's over her house, they've grown up together and maybe have kind of the same views on these types of movies.
DNA.
Assuming these movies, like if Florence knew what these movies were, she's watched these movies. So I'm also thinking there might be like maybe the mom, she doesn't work in religion, but like, tries to keep a public identity that's like, oh, my kids are good. They wouldn't do this. Oh, Florence is out there talking in tongues on social media. We can't have that. That's bad for business.
Yeah, I mean, we're giving a lot of benefit of the doubt here. There's a small chance that if we watch this video and it's like, it's this girl like half naked and stabbing herself and spewing blood and vomit all over a child or something,
sacrificing a chicken, like,
maybe it's some genuinely fucked up shit.
I mean, it was a horror snuff film. Okay, fine.
It's a literal
we don't want to make a snuff film with our 17-year-old kids in it.
But that is the only, like, I suppose there is a line there where, right. I don't know. What is there? If you're a parent and your daughter is 17.
God, yeah.
And, I mean, this is you. So I'm asking you as someone who likes filmmaking and horror movies. Is there a line where you would be like, yes. Oh, my God, no.
Yeah.
There is. Wow. I'm actually surprised.
Nudity. Over, like, sexual stuff.
Well, I'm thinking in a horror, but sure, go. Yeah. Go ahead.
But a lot of these
could
horror
still be
films,
in a horror context. Yeah.
Look, like a lot of times in horror films, somebody's topless. Like there's always something, So like, yes, they're cousins. So hopefully this didn't happen, or else this is a whole different conversation that we're having.
Oh boy. Well, this takes place in Alabama.
Oh well, okay. But like that would be the final straw. That would be like if I saw the video and it's like, there are sexual things in it. Somebody's nude. Somebody's, or it's like hateful.
Sure.
Where it's that kind of thing where it's
if they made Birth of a Nation.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
But that is like the extreme of the extreme to like where I do not think this is happening. That's where I would be like, I'm stepping in as parent and putting foot down.
I feel like if it was a 17-year-old kid, like you said, basically. Right. Almost I mean, you're still a dumbass, but you're almost the sort of an adult.
Right.
If it's like good, like if the quality of the movie is good, I'd almost let anything fly. I'd just be like proud. I'd be like, wow, that's some crazy shit. You're going to be in a horror movie one day. Good job.
They did say this was posted on what? Instagram?
Instagram.
If this was posted to Instagram.
Right. They've got, what you call it?
Guidelines for nudity and other stuff. So if it
couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you would let your child post
if it was just
nudes.
A porn, if it was straight up porn. Well, no, because if they were 18, then yeah, it'd be like, let me get your OnlyFans to support you. I'm not gonna look, but I just want to support you. That's a good dad. Did I make it weird?
You I did by saying.
Let me move aside. Let me move on to this.
If you said daddy, that'd be different.
Pivot. We need to pivot. Mm-hmm. I do have new information from looking through more of some of the case file here. Jamie says that Drew is not really religious, but that she does believe in ghosts and spirits. So this is not a religious thing. I think maybe she's afraid of invoking or displeasing spirits that might haunt her family.
Oh, okay, so she's crazy. Got that. Okay, so
you don't believe in ghosts and spirits that might haunt your family if you anger them?
I don't know if we've ever had this conversation. I do believe in ghosts and spirits. I lived in a house that was.
I believe in ghosts.
I was raised in a household that was built in like 1850, and like doors would close on their own. Like I believe in that kind of stuff.
That's how much it cost too back then.
Yeah. But like I don't, like the Annabelle thing or like attaching spirits to you, like if you piss something off, it attaches to yourself or like attaches to an entity.
All right.
I don't believe in that kind of stuff. But like there's people that are living around us that are watching us film this stuff and do nasty things.
I think there's entities.
Yeah, there's something.
I don't know what they are, and I don't know if they're dead people necessarily.
Have you ever witnessed anything?
Well. When I was just a boy.
Oh.
No, I never. I don't think I ever have, honestly.
I've seen stuff, or like, have you ever felt weird, like when you went to a place?
Sure.
Like the only things I've seen are like doors closing, and it's like Okay, it could have been windy. Like that kind of stuff. I've never seen like something out of the corner of my eye
I'm
or
like Mulder. I want to believe.
right.
You
I
know?
want something to see. Like, yeah.
I want to believe. I don't think that we have all the answers about the universe.
No.
I think there might be weird shit that happens, and you hear enough people who think it's real that I'm like, maybe it is. I'm agnostic about ghosts. How about that?
That works. There you go. But I don't think anything like this woman's, the mother Drew, is worried about conjuring up stuff with the amount of things. I feel like you would hear about this more, like a lot more.
Yeah. Well, you do all the time in Pet Cemetery and whatever else.
But like, people read books that conjure up stuff. People use the Ouija board. People play haunted video games that literally talk Latin at them. Like there's things that I feel like would be popping up more and more if we actually like stuff in our everyday lives that we've done stupid stuff that I feel like, would pop up more.
Did you ever say Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times?
I was just thinking about that. That's so funny.
I'm telling you right now, to this day, I will not do that shit.
Well,
it's like not do it.
But we have like a few, like being local, like we grew up near each other. Like there's a few, like the Devil's Tree.
Oh, New Jersey has weird shit in it. Yeah.
Right. But it's like, I won't go to those places at night.
Oh, I've been to, not at night. I haven't been there at night.
Right.
I've been to the Devil's Tree. And I've
been to the Devil's Tree?
I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. You
had a voice going. You had a character building.
I'm not so afraid of spirits that I think you shouldn't make a movie about them.
Well, right, because
that's a step too far.
Because that's been millions of movies made. Millions of movies been made about this, and them filmmakers still alive, still living, still doing well.
What the hell was this little detour you went down? It's fine. Let's just move past it. Yeah. So I mean, look, come on. We know what we're doing here. Can I give a verdict?
Go give your verdicts.
There's nothing.
Do it in a spooky voice. Nope, never mind. Stop.
Creepy, crawly, spooky skeletons through my hair with worms and spiders under the bed.
Through your what? Yeah.
There's nothing going on here. Gotta let these kids be kids. Let them have fun. There could be, maybe there's an argument to be made if this kid was younger. Or if we saw this video and it was truly upsetting in some fashion. But I find that hard to believe. I don't feel like I'm curious to see this movie also just from a logistical standpoint. Like there's 5 children and they made a movie short enough to go up on Instagram in one night. Like what even was this? Is it just like, I mean, I see these, you ever see these horror TikToks where, you'll just see like one person walking around and then there's like them with a spooky face behind a corner.
Oh yeah.
Jump scaring.
But they get me every time.
Oh, they're good. They're good spooky fun. If it's just one of those, whatever it is, I have to imagine it wasn't that bad. And it's very silly to be upset. I might even be in a way more understanding if this was a religious thing. Because even if I don't agree with it, at least it's like I understand you're coming from this place of this kind of almost indoctrinated belief system that you cling to, but this is just ghosts are scary, it's silly, let these children make a horror movie, let them have a good time. Jamie's
this just in
what
I just found out from our intern that an Instagram video can be up to 60 minutes long.
60 minutes long?
60 minutes long, and a main feed video. I don't know what that bullshit means. But so this could be a long form video. I'm sure it wasn't, but
maybe they did a true found footage style, and most of the movie is just a camera on the ground and nothing happens. Maybe it's like Skinamarink. Maybe
it also could have been live too. It could have been a live video.
It could have been a live stream horror movie. Yeah. Anyway, this does affect my decision. I'm gonna have to change it now. So I will say Jamie is not guilty. She was going to be guilty before that new info came in.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, so I have to agree with you. I like this to me is,
You have to.
Cousins are family members. Kissing cousins are out there doing things that aren't just.
They're doing things, those cousins.
They're
not just playing games.
Whose verdict is this?
Sorry.
Unless you have official information that came to you over your headphones.
Hold on.
With your IR camera.
It was Alabama.
It was Alabama. Okay. So like this is 2, 3, 4, 5. How many kids doing something together creatively, writing a script potentially, or just doing improv with this stuff, making a video that they are proud enough to post to social media where people are going to judge it, do whatever. And I do think this is just amazing that they are doing something creative. I don't think it's going to hurt anybody. Like you said, unless it's like, somebody's getting murdered in this video, or like it's something like,
film.
right, or like there's literal nudity, or there's the extreme literal nudity, not fictitious, like, but yes. I don't think there's anything that, Jamie's not guilty. Right? Is that who, Jamie?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna need to hear a gavel.
Jamie, I'm not done yet. Jamie's not guilty of, like, anything. She's just letting 18-year-olds, 17, kids be kids and posting videos and having fun. These aren't videos of people making fun of other people. They aren't stupid TikTok dances. This is actually like a creative thing that is going on the internet. And who knows, this could be the first bug that they get to want to become a filmmaker, want to become an actor, do something into a field that's not just selling stuff on, Instagram or TikTok, OnlyFans. This is something fun that they're doing in a night that's bonding for them, that they can go back and laugh at, make fun of, do what,
Thank you so much for that. So we have officially determined in a runaway majority vote, Jamie's not guilty, which means that we need to punish Drew. We need to come up with a sentence for her for being just a little too restrictive with her daughter, a little overprotective, a little silly.
I think she has to go spend a night in a haunted house, like a real haunted house.
You got to spend a night alone in the haunted house.
She has to go to, I don't know, what's the most haunted place? She has to go to the Pine Barrens here in New Jersey and do a Ouija board and have a conversation with the Jersey Devil.
And you might also run into that Russian.
Which one?
As a Sopranos reference. Yes. Yes, I like that. I was thinking maybe she has to star in one of these movies, and it's got to be one of the most horrible, horrifying, ghost-filled fright fests of all.
She has to be in a who's a popular horror film director.
Why? Jordan Peele, of course.
She has to be in a Jordan Peele. No, she has to be in one of those like gross movies, like a Rob Zombie film.
Yeah, the next Conjuring. The next
Conjuring. She has to be
the next like Blumhouse Smile 2 or whatever. Smile 3. Meforgan. Smile Ghosts. Is that a demon? I don't know what that is. Anyway, she's got to be in it. She's got to be in them. She's got to be the star. We're going to make this girl a star, whether she likes it or not.
She has to be in the 18th Nun movie. And
she has to be in Nun 3. She's the new nun. It's called Nun 3, new nun.
Nun Thregan.
Maybe our punishments aren't creative enough, or they're too creative.
That's rude.
Maybe you disagree with our verdicts. Maybe you have a daughter and you say, no, don't let her do any of this. She should be inside doing some nice, clean fun like knitting, stamp collecting, or serial killing.
Right.
You can email us with your thoughts. Our email address is where you would do that. It's geeksontrial@gmail.com. Same exact place you can go if you have your own case, whether it be something that you have a dispute between you and your children, family members, friends, or any stranger, anyone at all having to do with the geeky subculture, board games, video games, movies, TV.
It could also be that ghost that's living in your house. Are you guys having a fight over the TV shows that the ghost wants to watch versus you want to watch? Let us know.
Email us, or you can use a handy-dandy form. It's in our episode show notes, and you can fill that right out. We'll change your name to protect the innocent. Don't worry, we're very, very discreet.
And if you want to help support the show, you can head on over to patreon.com/geeksontrial. $5 a month. That's all we ask. That's all we want. Well, we want more. We'd love more. If you want to give us more money, you can.
You can give more.
We can give as much as you want. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well,
there's no limit.
So head on over there, get some early content, some new content, and the more people that go over there, the more content that we have in our brains to give you. It's fun. It's exciting. It's patreon.com/geeksontrial. Hey, my ghost hunting buddy, where can people find you when you're spooking around the internet?
You can find my ghost ass on social media platforms.
Would that be booty?
Ah.
I liked it. That one made me laugh. Maybe I am a dad. I might have some kids out there.
At Jonathan Estes on Blue Sky or jonathanestes.com, you'll find links to all my stuff. I have a podcast about the Animorphs called The Yerky Boys. If you really want to get spooked, there's some horrifying, weird shit in those books. So go look that up and let me know how it goes. How about you?
You can find me over at ivanhan.com. All my content, my Instagrams, my Blue Skies, my YouTubes, all that fun stuff, and youtube.com/thesnackguy for some fun snacks that I am reviewing over there. And hey, until next time, I'm Ivan Hahn.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this case is closed.